The New Orleans Saints have signed former Pittsburgh Steelers outside linebacker Iku Leota, who was a standout in the preseason for the team. Leota was cut by the Steelers in the final wave of cutdowns, and he did not come back on the team's practice squad. The Saints hosted him for workout on Monday, and he is now promptly signing to their practice squad, hoping to find himself a new spot. Leota joined the Steelers after being released by the Panthers' practice squad last September. He made their initial 53-man roster before Carolina moved on. A native of Asheville, North Carolina, Leota was an undrafted free agent in the 2023 NFL Draft. He made the practice squad for the Panthers to start the year before being elevated in November. The 6'3" linebacker can play both inside and outside, but has stood out as an edge rusher for the Steelers. Leota played for the Auburn Tigers and Northwestern Wildcats during his college career and lost most of his final collegiate season with a torn pectoral muscle. He had 7.5 sacks in his first season with the Tigers. Adam Schefter of ESPN reported that former free agent receiver Gabe Davis will return to the Buffalo Bills. He returns to Northern New York after spending one deteriorated season with the Jacksonville Jaguars. The veteran receiver hopes to rebound his career in Buffalo, where he made a name for himself. His decision has left the Pittsburgh Steelers back to square one. No matter if you hate the idea or not, Omar Khan and Mike Tomlin appear content with their receivers on the roster. They will lean on Roman Wilson, Calvin Austin III, and DK Metcalf to be their top playmakers at the position. They have a strong tight end tandem with Pat Freiermuth and Jonas Smith, which should alleviate pressure from Austin and Wilson. Refusing to add a potential upgrade at the receiver position is a gigantic gamble by Khan and Tomlin. It remains a significant weakness for the team heading into the season, unless Wilson and Austin prove their value. Davis visited Pittsburgh twice during his stint as a free agent this offseason, but a contract never materialized. It could be best for their business to neglect adding the returning Bills player. Gabe Davis would have put a bad aid on the Pittsburgh Steelers' receiver problem. In theory, signing Davis would have provided a deep threat to the Steelers' offense. His health remains a question mark for each team that was sniffing around the former free agent. He visited Pittsburgh twice, and there is a reason why they let him leave town without a contract in place. If he is healthy, he should find a solid rebound season in Buffalo, where he was originally drafted. The emergence of Wilson and Austin will be the major X factor for the Steelers' offense. If neither becomes a solid starting caliber player, missing out on Davis could become problematic. It seems wise to bet on one of Wilson or Austin to develop into a significant role with Aaron Rodgers at the helm. You know Davis is solid, but the two veterans on the roster have a much higher ceiling. Davis would have only put a Band-Aid on a bullet hole for Pittsburgh. They must solve their own receiver problems internally to start. If neither Wilson nor Austin emerges as a clear second receiver threat opposite Metcalf, then Khan could browse the trade market. After Davis's decision to rejoin Buffalo, there are few options available on the free agent market. Unless the Steelers are willing to consider temporary free agent upgrades like Tyler Boyd or Nelson Agholor, they should aim for a bona fide star at the wide receiver position. They need to add a player from the trade block, such as Alec Pierce or Jacoby Myers, to make a meaningful impact. Otherwise, they are best hoping for Wilson or Austin to emerge as star players this season. Justin Fields leaving the Pittsburgh Steelers for the New York Jets at the outset of free agency was a mutual parting, Steeler coach Mike Tomlin said Tuesday. Fields started the first 6 games of the 2024 season for the Steelers, compiling a 4-2 record before losing his job in favor of former Super Bowl champion Russell Wilson. Fields didn't start another game and, like Wilson, left the Steelers for a New York-based team. Fields received a 2-year, $40 million contract in free agency, with $30 million guaranteed, terms the Steelers declined to match. It's free agency. It was not only our decision, it was his decision, Tomlin said at his weekly press conference. It was mutual. There are a lot of moving parts in free agency. Fields will face his former team Sunday in the NFL's season opening weekend. Coincidentally, the Steelers' quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, will be facing the team with which he spent the 2023-24 seasons after 18 years in Green Bay. Fields rushed for 231 yards and 5 touchdowns in his 6 starts, and he finished as the team's third leading rusher with 289 yards. He didn't do a lot of runs by design in the preseason, but it's reasonable to expect them to have a designed running game for him, Tomlin said. He had it in Chicago. He had it with us. If you have a guy with his type of talents, it's somewhat common sense to have some designed run game for the quarterback position to make people play 11-on-11 football. Tomlin used the term unique several times to describe Fields, who was traded to the Steelers in March 2024 after spending 3 seasons with the Chicago Bears. He's unique because he is who he is, Tomlin said. He's stronger than most mobile quarterbacks. That's a component of his game that I think is unique. He's a really talented guy physically. He's not easy to bring down. He has a solid base about him. He's big. Serving seconds. Calvin Austin is listed as the starting number 2 wide receiver in the initial regular season depth chart. DK Metcalf is the top receiver, and Tomlin has Pat Freiermuth or Jonas Smith listed as starting tight ends. The search for a dependable number 2 receiver was a season-long issue for the Steelers in 2024 and regained steam when George Pickens was traded to Dallas in May. "I'm extremely confident in him," Tomlin said, referring to Austin, "but I'm equally confident in Roman Wilson and Jonnu and Freiermuth." There has been a lot of speculation and narratives about the number 2. In today's game, it comes at you in a lot of ways. We have a lot of unique depth and talent at the tight end position. Austin totaled 36 catches for 584 yards and 4 touchdowns last season. Those all represented career highs. Calvin is growing and has grown, and he made big strides a year ago, Tomlin said. "I also was really excited about Roman Wilson in team development. I'm less concerned who occupies the number 2 position. It could be a variety of people depending on circumstances. A talent like DK dictates a lot of schematics. His presence is going to provide opportunities for others." Injury report. First-round pick Derek Harmon knee is the only player that Tomlin said is out for the opener. Backup outside linebacker Nick Herbig, who is dealing with a hamstring injury, is listed as questionable. "He had a really good day yesterday," Tomlin said. "We'll leave the door ajar for him." Outside linebacker Alex Highsmith, groin and Austin abdominal, did not play in the preseason, but they have returned to full participation in practice. "We're largely a healthy group," Tomlin said. "We don't anticipate any of those guys' ability being in any way questionable." Roster move. The Steelers announced they released veteran wide receiver Robert Woods from the practice squad. Woods is a 13-year veteran who was given a $745,000 bonus to sign in May, but he lost out on the number 5 WR job to Scotty Miller. The Pittsburgh Steelers have long been rumored to be adding another wide receiver to put on the outside opposite DK Metcalf. While Roman Wilson has had a solid training camp, there are many who believe the Steelers would prefer a proven veteran. And while names like Amari Cooper and Gabe Davis have been popular connections, a new name has entered the fray. Odell Beckham Jr. teased potentially signing with the Steelers while joining Bill Maher on Club Random. Maher asked Beckham the question, "Why don't you join the Steelers?" Beckham was very open with his reply. "I won't say that it's not a possibility, and I won't say that I haven't had any communication," Beckham said. Beckham is also very good friends with Aaron Rodgers, and he said that he and the 4-time MVP have had talks about the potential of playing together. "I love him, and we've had conversations," Beckham said. Beckham caught just 9 passes in 9 games with the Miami Dolphins in 2024. He recently indicated on social media that he has no plans to retire. He is a 3-time Pro Bowl selection, 2-time second-team All-Pro, and helped the Los Angeles Rams defeat the Cincinnati Bengals in Super Bowl 56.